everybody, and welcome to the show, the 17th Ave Family.
All
Did I say it
right.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
17th
right, the
Ave
17th Ave Family from
Family
Patterson, New
Live
Jersey, baby. You know what I'm
Podcast.
saying? 1-7. Knowledge God, man. You have tuned in with Big Muzz,
Absolutely.
aka Y King Johnny Wise, you feel me? But Big Muzz is in the building with yours truly, King Duhan, you know what I'm saying? Shadi Ali. And
All
you have
right.
tuned back into the show. We wasn't here last week. We was out, but we returned now to bring the new latest updates and what's going on. And welcome to my new thing. We the old heads. That's the new branding thing. We'll get into that later. But right
Yes,
now,
sir.
I want to jump in it because I know a lot's been going on, a lot's been said, and I know people got something to say. I want y'all to tune in, and I'm gonna give it to my man right now, Ali Shadi, and take it off, brother. Tell him what you're doing, baby.
Well, right now, brother, it's just coming back from one of our brothers. Our brother Prince C. Star. Congratulations to him and his new wife.
Okay.
First of all, I want to say that had a great time. Spending time with the rest of the 17th Ave family. Whenever we get together, it's a good time, and we enjoy ourselves, and
Right.
we do what we do. You know, but today I ran across something that you know, kind of went back to a conversation you and I was having.
Okay.
It was a conversation where actually it was something, and they didn't say where it happened at. They
Right.
said they said it was some guy, some white guy, rode past a family reunion several times, yelling out nigga, all kinds of racial slurs they would say. So nobody responded to the guy. The guy 5 minutes later came back fully armored with what they say AR-15 or something like
Right.
that. Came back and start busting off. Now everybody running. And my question is, what do you think makes a person do that? Like he's actually running, coming back because he feels like he has authority to do that, obviously. You
Right.
know, he felt comfortable enough to go to a family reunion, first of all, calling people different types of names. Then, because he didn't get the response he wanted, he went and got his assault rifle, came back and started shooting at everybody at the family reunion. Now, the kicker is he shot, I think he might have killed one person from what they were saying. He might have killed
Right.
one person or shot one person. Now, rather than them charging him with attempted murder, he was charged with aggravated assault. Now, tell me, do you think if that was the opposite, if it was a so-called black man interrupting a white, family reunion, he would have gotten that? I don't think so. I think, what has happened to us as a country. First of all, the fact that many of us call ourselves black rather than American is something that makes me cringe, because it's like, okay, if we feel that we have to call ourselves black rather than American, that means America doesn't make black people feel the way they need to feel. And for me, how I feel like black is a color. Every other people, even the people who call themselves white, have a land that they could claim. Italians have Italy. You know, uh, Ukrainians have Ukraine. Russians have Russia. So forth and so on. So I think America has lied, misinformed, and conditioned us as a human family, because we all a family. If
Yeah,
we
you
go
know,
ahead.
it's like, I hear you. But this is what I hear you saying. This is what I'm listening to. I was born a year, the same year you was born. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the
Okay.
same trenches you grew up in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've
Absolutely.
been through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding 360 degrees, you know, the Christianity through the to Islam and everything else. Through the trenches of racism, you know, we used to work at Two Guys. You know, we come on, we used to go to Inglewood and all these other places that didn't allow us to even come from out of Patterson, right? Back in the day. So this is what I'm hearing you telling me. This is what I'm hearing. A guy rode by, right, in a town that sounds like already to me that the people are already under submission of behavior of obedience. So that tells me that he went to someone around people that he knew wasn't going to do nothing in the first place. That's what I hear. I don't hear, I hear that he's slaying he's slaying sheep that's already been led by the uh you
The
know,
conditioning, the mind conditioning.
bro, it's for him. Listen, if he was raged, to ride by and see if they're going to respond. That's the first thing. When you go through the hood, you ride through. Cowards do that. They ride through, see who out there. All right, let me ride back through. Nobody ain't out there. Nobody could do nothing. Now I'm gonna go back out there. So now he come back because he know ain't nobody out there that's gonna do something. I ain't giving him all that you trying to say you giving him. I'm not giving him all that. They in a white town. What you gonna expect when a white person commit that type of, when you in a county like that, when you in a state like that, when you in a community like that, for you to even think you're gonna get something better, you the dumbass. You're not gonna get nothing better from these people, bro. We already know that. We keep talking about America, America, America. We need to talk about us. Let's get on this. Why the hell y'all let a white man come out there, disgrace y'all, and leave? What's your problem? Not what's his problem. He living in his skin. He doing what he doing. For him to have that right, it ain't because he think white people around him. For him to have that right, he don't think America got his back. For him to got that right, he know them niggas is cowards. That's why. We're not doing anything. We letting it stir, then we want justice. Now we're looking at the system. Go hunt that nigga down. Go hunt him down. He hunted y'all down. It ain't about America and a system. It's about the behavior of the conditioner of the mind of our people, what we're accepting. We're accepting it because we don't know no better. Now, same question. A black dude come through the neighborhood, spray it up. He do the same thing he doing. Nothing happens. So why you bickering for? They don't do nothing if it's black. They don't do nothing if it's white. So why should I be enraged and start pointing at America? The black people is getting slain too by black people in the same situation. They call them, yo, nigga, brat, nigga, brat. Same
So,
shit, bro.
so what you're saying is basically we are teaching people how to treat us based on how we're treating each other.
How we treating each other is we're showing more courage to come in our community and kill us, to show the courage if somebody else out of our community against us, totally against us, an open enemy to attack us, and they are a threat, we cow it up. They down south, if they was down south and it's a gun-free zone and his brother's there, whatever, I don't know the condition. I'm just
I don't
listening to you and I'm going
right.
like this. I don't know what the truth about it, but I'm just placing my opinion.
All right.
From what I'm hearing you say is this. If you got a free gun zone, I know cats got guns. So this is behavior. You ain't gonna tell me that another hood nigga could come over there, to their situation, celebrity or whatever they celebrating, and come and do something to them, and they won't roll them out. They won't roll them out. That ain't got nothing to do with even behavior. It's cowardness, bro. It's like you're giving them the authority. You are. You giving them that space. You saying America is this. You saying America don't let you do this. You saying America don't let you do that. They ain't never gonna let you do shit, bro. So what we keep going over that subject for?
Well, the first of all, I have a problem with us continuously saying we're being attacked based on the color of our skin, but yet we keep calling ourselves a color. If we want to be looked at as something other than a color, then we need to find something else to call ourselves. It's, you know, we have
So you
everybody.
saying if they didn't call themselves black, they wouldn't die?
I'm saying that black has picked up a stigma in America from 400 years of slavery, from being hanged by trees, from being emasculated,
But
from
that's just being
police
that's just being who
brutality.
you are. It don't matter. That it don't
But
matter what you call yourself, bro. You keep
what
that's a thing in your head. You think if you call yourself something else, so you think Moors didn't kill Moors?
I think Moors.
You think Moors didn't kill Moors? You didn't think Moors
I
killed
don't
black
think I
people,
don't
bro?
think I don't think Moors, for them to rule the planet for thousands of years, I don't think they were to the extent of where we are now. I think for them to be able to create um, heart surgeries, pyramids, uh, free lights, all of these things, build these tombs, build these cities underground. For them to be able to do that, they were so focused on, you know, making the world great and very little time on the nonsense of what we're doing now. See, we've got a misconception because we wasn't even taught of about Moors in school. We were only taught about pilgrims and Indians and things of that nature. We never even learned about Moors in school. So had we learned about our ancestors, some of this behavior that we're displaying, we wouldn't be displaying it because we'll know that we are on a higher level of that from our ancestors. So part of our ignorance is allowing us to accept, as you say, certain behaviors. It's allowing us to produce certain type of behaviors where it's detrimental not only to us but to the world. Because as you said in conversations that we have a great influence on the world. However, we're using it in a limited capacity, in my opinion. We use it in entertainment. We use it in sports. We use it in rap music. Now, when are we going to start using it in the manner that our ancestors used it in when it comes to the books that everybody reads, the religious books? When they talk about Jesus,
Bro, listen.
that's that type of thing. They didn't
You
tell us
that
Jesus
that that
was a
that
Moor.
this that display that you talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? This is why y'all can't connect. This is why guys like y'all can't connect to what's going on in the world, bro. This is why
Okay, tell me.
this is you too far gone. It's not gonna connect like that. You gotta bring language. If you was reading, you couldn't interpret that book. You couldn't teach out that book. You would have to interpret that book for each person sitting in front of you so they could get the proper understanding. You can't just take something and give it to them. You got to make sure they can comprehend. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Quran down, the Quran is made of different languages for all types of people with languages, not just its own language. It has its own language, then it has the meaning of all languages. That's America. What we do, we'll take like if I took the Quran and I took it out to the block. I ain't no Hafiz or nothing like that. No scholar, no nothing. But I have read the book over and over in my life, over and over again. I can explain the interpretation, the vibration, the spirituality that is given to me. You might don't see that. Now I have to interpret it so you can understand it. Just because I get it and I read it and I understand it, don't mean you're gonna get it. How do I do that? Now I gotta listen to you. Once I listen to you and see how you interpret things, I gotta restructure them phrases so you can get it. I restructure it in your language and your however you talk, street slang or whatever.
Vernacular,
I
yeah, vernacular. Okay.
I interpret it in that language so we can communicate. Now, when you see I can understand you, you'll start to understand me. But if I'm talking and I can't, and you see I'm not understanding you, you going, we gotta do like this and we gotta do this, and I'm like, but we gotta, and you ain't understanding where I'm at in my language, I'm tuned out to you. Now it becomes an argument. Now we're not listening no more. Well, older cats, old heads, we have to listen in order to give them the fruit, man. Fruit, man. We gotta listen to them. We got a lot of knowledge, man. We got knowledge from every all the knowledge dropped in us from the Muslims, from the 5%ers, all down the line, from the Jewish community, yo, from Buddhism. Remember, we used to go to New York and do the Buddhism, we used to do that stuff too, right? we
Yeah.
we got all that knowledge, and it got, and we have it. Our generation have it. We don't know how to interpret it in the language because it's a space gap with the generation behind us. It's a space gap. Then it's another gap with the generation with them. Then it's another gap that's lost in 2 generations. So now they're not even tuned into none of that language. You have mass media marketing and advertisement that's dominating it because they have the money to spend. If you listen to them, if we learn to listen, learn to see, you see they function. They very wild. They're off the chain. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I'm gonna send you an army. But we don't even know how to train the army because why? We don't know how to communicate with them. Why? We keep talking about America. We keep saying how America. We keep talking about you got to be not black. You got to be not this. Bro, that ain't their language. We're shoving something
What is
down.
they niggers? What they
No,
comfortable being
yes,
niggers? They comfortable
listen.
being
That's
being
right. Because you don't like it,
so
just
look.
because you don't like it,
If
you trying to
listen,
reach you trying to reach a
if
people.
look,
Listen, listen.
if the young niggas need for me to talk to them as young niggas and let them get that I understand them, that I bend them, and that I walk through the lanes that they walk through, then yeah, we can do that because it's crucial that we connect because we need to connect so that we can save ourselves. I only bring up America because of what the impact that it has with if we are not going to unify as one and take our life
Bro,
and our
I just
destiny
what
into our own
let
hand.
me ask you this. Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
you this. This is a real serious question, and the people that's tuning in, pay attention to what I'm asking him and pay attention to his question and make a comment. Let me see what you think. Do you think really that white people is running this world?
Yeah, I think at this point the European Council
It's very disappointing.
that is running is running the world. Why? Because first of all, we've been manipulated not to even have faith in ourselves. We don't look at even
Bro,
the
don't
God
go
in
look at
ourselves. Some
conditioning.
of us,
That's not a.
some of us not even look.
That's not the give somebody. That's like a uh uh
Or
uh
what?
uh that's the alibi. That's not good
What are you
enough,
talking
bro.
about?
First of all, okay,
We
hold on. Let's go back then. Let me take you back to your history and your knowledge with your peoples and your Moors and how powerful they was and how they rule the world. So how they rule the world, first of all, you know that a white man couldn't buy a black man unless a black man sold him to him. And you know that, and I know that, and everybody know that. So let's not go there. Then let's talk about this. If the Moors and when they were so powerful, you gonna tell me, powerful as they was when they left Ethiopia, right? And they separated. Powerful as they was with the army, with the tactics, they gonna let somebody defeat them and take them over, bro? Or they're gonna go in cahoots with them.
Well, we know that. That's
Hold it. So if we know that, and we know that we are, hold it, what they say, black, which is dominant, which everybody comes from. So if I'm a Moor and I know I'm dominant, just like you know you God Cypher Divine, ain't nobody can take over you. If I'm a Moor and I know I'm dominant, I don't care how white you is. You're not taking over me. Now I might be in cahoots with you, and I'm gonna run it, but you're not taking over me. You're not taking over my tribe. You're not taking over my people. Now we might put ourselves in a position and we're gonna run this, and we might run this together, but you're not taking over. I don't believe, I will never believe that white people run America. I know it's black people running America, but these people, bro, it's impossible
oh
for
well.
them to
I mean,
know
yeah,
and
yeah.
maneuver
From
and
that
not be and
perspective,
look
yeah, yeah. From
and
that
come at us the
perspective,
way they coming at us without black people being right there. That's impossible, bro. Come on, man.
well,
Else
let's.
they'll be
So
riding through like
okay,
that dude rode
let
through
me
first
hold up. Let me
and
let
seeing where
me
we
let,
at.
let me say something to you then. Now that you put that out there, now let the people know so that we don't be confused.
All right.
You know that what type of black people or Moors or Moroccans, whatever we want to call them, or
Now you
the
want to call
elite,
now you want to call them something else.
or the
Now
elite,
you
or
now
the
now you want
elite.
to call them something else.
What?
They
I
was
mean,
Moors.
they okay, Moors, okay,
What they transferred to, hey, alhamdulillah, they were Moors.
okay,
All right.
okay. So the Moors. Now, what do they go by nowadays?
I don't, bro. Listen, this what I know. This what I know because hustle, street. American people, white European people. Let's go with the what's it ever, whatever.
What
Hate,
the
hate,
Irish, the
hate,
Italian? What?
hate our hate niggers, black people, or whatever you want to call them, whatever, right? And they don't want us to have nothing. They don't want us to be nothing. And they control other black people for puppets in front of us.
Okay, I
Sounds
think
really
that
ridiculous. What people need to start realizing is this. One thing Allah gave every human being was choices. And through the streets and through all the trials and tribulations in history and how we've been back and forth, you always make choices. If a black man want to be whoever he want to be, with whoever he want to be, and go against whoever we want to be, that's his choice. If he want to oppress his people, that's his choice. If he don't want to oppress his people, that's his choice. As for people controlling him to do something, that's different. Now, if you say, if I got you in a bind and I ring around a roll you and I put a ring around you, and I'm not gonna call out no names, but you can see a lot of people was in binds and they didn't apply or do what they wanted to do, and they was doing what they wanted to do, and they hemmed them up because they can't. That's the only way they can get them. They can't get them no other way. Why? Because they're dominant. Because they're a threat. They're dominant. They got power. So they hem you up with who? With your own people. Your own people hang you. They don't hang you. Your own people hang you. That's who hang you. That's who hang us. We hang us because we know how to hang us. We know how to get us out the way. We know when we are a threat for one another. You push him out the way. So you go on this side and you be like, I know how to get him. And then you go to get him. Look at all the people. You think all these black people with all this money and power ain't down? You think they just puppets? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And the reason why we lost, people who get on these platforms talking this crazy shit that I don't know where if they've been on the street or wherever they've been, they be talking this crazy stuff. It's not the reality for the people. Forget all of that. Forget America, us that make these choices right now between like you and me. Forget America. Our people is in a situation. What do they need right now? What do our people, what do these
they
YNs
need
need on the block?
guidance. They
Huh?
need guidance
Bro,
because
they need, listen, let me
that's
tell you what they need. The
what is
first
that?
thing we need, They need a safe haven. That's the first thing they need. They need a safe haven, somewhere they could come in, not to sit down, to learn, to get from, to learn to so they can go out in the world with a skill, with some type of service, and make a living, do a service, and have some other type of responsibility that say, well, I can do this.
A skill.
Then,
Okay.
then after the skill, we need to teach them while we give them the skill and welcome them, and we give them the knowledge. This the
Okay.
obedience, this the obedience and the discipline from
So
point
tell
A
me
to point
this.
B.
So tell me this. Now, that's a good suggestion, and I'm all for that suggestion.
It's a solution, brother. It
Okay,
ain't a
okay,
suggestion.
okay. I'm all for that. And you said forget America. Okay. So my thing is the skills and giving a person those type of skills where they can go anywhere in the world and be able to utilize those skills. That's a beautiful thing. The thing is, you know me, I'm a man of action. How do we finance that? How do we make that happen?
How do we make
What
it
do,
happen? This
what
is
do
how we
we
make
need
it
to
happen.
do to make that
Mr.
happen?
17th Avenue family. This is how we make it happen. We take a space and we gut that space out and we open up that space. And I come in. I come into that space. What can I offer these kids? What can I offer them? I have 30 years of construction, plumbing, went to school for that. You already know that.
All right.
Electrical, HAVC, carpentry, building. When it comes to building America, I could show you. I could teach you. And doing it by code of that city or of that state. Well, the state of New Jersey, because that's where I practice at. So
Okay.
I could teach that. So in other words, like we had a little spot over here on Avon. I wanted to teach them to come in free. You know what I'm saying? Come inside on a weekend, and me and Unique will teach electrical, and I teach plumbing, how to start plumbing from ground up, how it all go, how it function for
All right.
free, just so. Now check this out.
Go ahead.
So now someone like you can say, I have a safe haven. I have these brothers. Now they want to go to the one stop, further their education, they can go. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just teaching you the skills. So that way, if Miss Jones got a leak down the street, you could go down there and say, Miss Jones, I can help you. If the Jew come and he got leaks in the building and you sitting in front of it, and you could be like, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, and he'll be like, for real? Come on. I got plenty jobs like that. Just for having the skill from being right in the store, from having the skill. So the skill itself is giving them something and another solution to be financially independent and
Okay.
knowledgeable in the community that they're now you get to the councilman
So
in downtown. Now you could go
okay.
downtown. You feel
So
me?
so so one more question. Now for me, we talk about America, and it's certain things that I talk about because I don't really like to be connected to them as much. Anything that we could do that we don't have to be under the guidelines of as least as possible, you know, because for me, do you think we would be able to finance? Do we can get our people to buy into it without us having to go under the 401c3? Do you think we could do that without having to do that, or do you think that would be necessary in order for our people
It's a
to want to fight?
preference. It's a preference, brother. It's a preference. You build the foundation how you want it. You want it solely independent. You don't want no government officials or their money or nothing like that. It could be built like that. A lot of people want that. Or you could do like everybody else and suck them out all their goddamn money, man, and get ahead in life and be easy in life. Just because your enemy is against you, just because you hate your enemy, don't mean he could stop you. Don't mean he won't work with you. Yo, in America, bro, I've been in these streets a long time, bro. You gotta be smart, man. You know, you can't deprive the people of a big dream and you can't get them to it. You got to give them the resources that's right there, that's available,
Okay,
bro.
all right. This is our time, man. So look, we'll pick that up next week, man. This is our time.
It's our
It's
time, baby.
you know, it's been a pleasure with you guys, and we really want to dig deep
Old
into that,
heads.
and we want to hear your comments about what do you think about this brother and I, you know, and some other brothers, the 17th Ave family, putting together what we call a safe haven to get something for young males on the street, you know, young niggas, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, who's struggling, don't know which way is up, and you feel like nobody care, nobody got your back, and you don't know what to do. All you can do is what you have. We here to let you know that there's another option that we are willing to put together to give it to you. So until next week, you know, I'm Shadi Ali with my man Big Moz.
Big boss.
We leave y'all to next week with love yourselves, respect each other, and let's stand strong. Peace.
Peace. Love y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.